Welcome to Reckless Paradise, everyone. So, I'm here, my co-host Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Um, it has been very, very hot. Like I said in the last episode, we were going through a heat wave, and now we're getting thunderstorms tonight. We just had one blow through at around 6 o'clock, so anything could happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy, and then you hear, and
Well, I wouldn't do that. I would be like, oh fuck my, because I'd still have internet.
it's like we joke about this shit a lot. Then like it always happens to either me or you or Buddy Kens or anybody else.
I mean, it hasn't happened to me on the show yet, knock on wood, so yeah. Aw, shit. Anyways, welcome to the show, everyone. Glad to have you guys here. Like I said, hope everybody had a really good weekend. Um, man, I can't believe we're almost done July already.
Yeah, at the end of July. Yeah,
It's the 24th as we're recording this. Slow the fuck down.
slow down.
Oh man. Anyway, so let's get into this episode, shall we? So tonight we are continuing our Fall Out Boy week series for this week. Actually, I think we're wrapping it up. We're doing our top 10 personal favorite Fall Out Boy songs of all time with honorable mentions as usual. If you guys have not watched the Let's Talk Fall Out Boy episode we just did on Thursday, you might want to go and check that out first because you guys might want to know who the hell this crazy group is. Man, I love Fall Out Boy so much. I can't stress to anybody enough how much huge impact on me since I was in 7th grade. So yeah, so I guess we'll just do the usual. Rattle them off from 10 to 1 with honorable mentions, and we'll talk about why we picked what we picked at the end. Sound good?
Yep.
Alright, so I guess I'll go first since I usually go first anyways. Alright, so I'm going to start with my honorable mentions first. These are 4 picks that did not make my top 10, but close. Like, I feel terrible for not putting these in my top 10 because these are some of my favorite songs of all time, like, that I have. So some of these I know which albums they belong on, some of them I do not. So I've got Jetpack Blues from American Beauty, American Psycho. I have Stay Frosty Royal Milk Tea from Mania. I have Saturday, which I believe is from their debut album, if I'm correct. And I also have Favorite Record, also from American Beauty, American Psycho. All right, so to start the top 10 list, number 10 is Bishop's Knife Trick from Mania. Number 9 is Champion from Mania. Number 8 is 4th of July from American Beauty and Psycho. Number 7 is Young Volcanoes from Save Rock and Roll. Number 6 is Save Rock and Roll featuring Elton John from that same album. Number 5 is songs Know What You Did in the Dark, Light 'Em Up from Save Rock and Roll. Number 4 is Thanks for the Memories from Infinity on High. Number 3 is The Mighty Fall from Save Rock and Roll. Number 2 is I Don't Care. I actually don't know which album this one's on. I think it's one of their older ones before Save Rock and Roll. It's one of the older ones. And number 1 is Wilson Expensive Mistakes from Mania.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. I noticed that there's a lot of Mania album tracks on that list, which I mean that's okay. Because I kind of went more old school with them.
Oh, we actually went different routes this time for fucking once.
Yeah. There's a lot of on your end. There's like a lot of noise on your end. But okay, so with my honorable mentions, these were from American Beauty, American Psycho, and these were 4 songs that I actually knew from that album. It's Irresistible, Uma Thurman, Novocaine, and Immortals.
Okay.
So my top my top 10. My number 10 is Centuries. My number is the Ball.
Oh, hold on, Dystro, you're cutting out a little bit. I don't know if it's your mic or your connection.
My connection should be
Oh,
fine.
oh, you were there for a minute. It's like your mic, like it goes in and out. It's like you're louder, then you're softer. You're louder and you're softer.
Hang on.
Sorry, everybody. I told you we're probably gonna have some technical difficulties on either of our ends.
Hello.
There you are. Hello.
Yeah. Okay. So if I have it like this, okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me if I have it like really close to my face?
Yeah, that's a lot better. I can hear you a little bit better.
All right. So my number 8 was "Beat It" featuring John Mayer. Number 7 is a little less 16 Candles, a little more Touch Me. See, this is why I went old school. Number 6 is I Don't Care, which, I mean...
Yeah.
Woo! Number 5 is This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race. Number 4 is Dance Dance. Number 3 is Sugar, We're Going Down. Number 2 is The Takeover, The Break's Over. That was the song that I was trying to figure out the last time when we did the Fall Out Boy, the start of the Fall Out Boy week.
Yeah.
And then number 1 is Thanks for the Memories.
Okay, so we do have some similarities, but I mainly took a direction towards like the newer stuff because I found Fall Out Boy in 2014. So they were they just came back from a hiatus and they just released Save Rock and Roll, which is probably if we were to redo our favorite albums of all time, like that video, which we need to do because we did that on Spotify. That was one of our first episodes ever. I think. I don't remember. It's been a long time. That would definitely be on my list. Save Rock and Roll is like one of my all-time favorites, mainly because of the way they did the music videos. They turned it into kind of like a little bit of a YouTube movie called The Young Blood Chronicles. I forgot to mention this in Let's Talk Fall Out Boy, so I apologize, everyone. They actually did the music videos in like a sequence, like a movie, and it's actually pretty fucking cool.
I liked it. Like when they did that, that was cool.
Yes, like I could fucking go back and rewatch it and like cry like a little kid because like it brings back so many memories when I was in like middle school and I had that big obsession. I was into all these crazy emo bands and stuff like that. Oh my god, I was one of those people. But yeah, I love Save Rock and Roll. I love the song Save Rock and Roll with Elton John. I love the music video to it. It's just a really bittersweet ending to an album.
Yeah.
And like with Mania, a lot of, like I said, like you had pointed out, a lot of these songs I've picked, even my honorable mentions, are from Mania. Now, I've said this before, Mania is one of those albums, either you love it or you hate it, because it's more of an experimental album, kind of in comparison to Crisis of Faith and Afraid of Heights with Billy Talent. Both of those were kind of more of a experimental album aspect, and some people don't care for that. I personally love it. I love hearing new stuff from groups like this, especially stuff that's like outside the box, like outside of the ordinary, what they're used to doing. Like with Bishop's Knife Trick, which was my number 10 for Fall Out Boy from Mania. That song is like literally something that sounds completely different from what Fall Out Boy has done. It's completely different. It has a really good like a good sound. Like I love it. Same thing with Stay Frosty Real Milk as well. That also has a different Fall Out Boy sound that we've never heard before, in my opinion. It's completely different. It has more of like a bassy sound to it. Kind of has more of a poppy edge to it, but I like it. I can dig it. So since you went old school, let's talk about I Don't Care. My god, that song is good. That was my number 2.
It's kind of like in my way of thinking, it's kind of like a what what you call it, like a
Like a fuck you
rebellious,
song.
yeah, like a fuck you sort of like fuck you parents or something like that. I don't care and all that stuff, and it's just like it's like you just want to rebel against your parents after you hear that song, sort of thing. It's like fuck you, dad. Just
The
like
fucking music video is hilarious. Fucking Joe, the
God,
fucking has a robe on and he like there's nothing
he's just
underneath.
flashing people. It's
Just
just like,
flashing
oh
people,
God.
and then fucking Pete is just like going around fucking picking on people, poke around with people, and Mark Hoppus was in the video too. He made an appearance in the video. If you guys don't know who Mark Hoppus is, he's from Blink-182. Fucking amazing man. He beat cancer, so props to him. But yeah, so Mark Hoppus was in that video. There was a lot of other guest celebrities in that video. It's fucking hilarious. That might be the video we put at the end of this episode. Music video because it's like classic.
It's been a while since I've seen that video too. Oh God.
Like I do like old Fall Out Boy. Don't get me wrong. It's just I've heard it so much compared to the newer stuff that like I'm just so used to the new stuff now. Like I don't mind it. I love it. But I do like I said, there's like a couple of old songs that I still like to listen to on my playlist every time. Like Thanks for the Memories from Infinity on High.
Yeah. That was like I had said in the like I had said in the Let's Talk one. That was like the first song I ever got into with Fall Out Boy.
Jeez. That too, the
So
music video is good.
yeah. Oh God. That music video gives me flashbacks. Oh God.
The fucking monkey, that little monkey in the video.
And I was about to say, didn't it was like the one guest appearance that I can remember was Kim
Kim
Kardashian in the whole
Kardashian.
video. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? I'm like, how did they get her? Like, how did they do that? Like, they had to just come up with a crazy proposition, be like, okay, you're gonna be in the video for like, I don't know, maybe the rest of the video, and you're gonna be going out or shooting the seat with Pete Wentz, and it's just like, what? Like, Pete was like probably like, oh my God, like that's so freaking awesome.
The funny thing is, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode. I share a birthday with Pete Wentz. We're born on the same day, so like that's like fucking goals right there.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. That's cool.
Fucking goals. June 5th, by the way, if anybody doesn't remember. Yeah, that's like freaking goals right there to share a birthday with Pete Wentz. Like literally one of the hottest people alive. We're not gonna talk about that right now.
Oh, brother.
So I put The Mighty Fall as number 3 because that's my song that I found Fall Out Boy with. I think I told you guys the story already, but in case you guys need a refresher, this song in particular was the theme song for the Battleground pay-per-view of 2013 for WWE, and Ryback was on the poster cover, and that was the theme song for that pay-per-view. I liked the song, so I looked up the song. It was by a group called Fall Out Boy. So I downloaded the song, and then I went and searched just because I was curious. I searched up some other stuff that they had, for music videos, and then I found my songs "Know What You Did," which is my number 5, which I'll get to in a minute. And then it just was just a big old freaking spiral from there. I just kept listening to stuff, and I really really liked this group, and I looked up like the history of Fall Out Boy and the members and all that stuff, and yeah, that's how I'm here. But yeah, The Mighty Fall plays a huge role in how I got into Fall Out Boy. It was the first song I ever found by them, and I fucking love that song. It's about kind of a love triangle, but the music video is like complete opposite. There's no love triangle. It's just the members getting chased by a whole bunch of hooligan kids with boom boxes on their shoulders.
Oh my gosh.
And Big Sean also played. Actually, yeah, that's right. Big Sean's in the song too.
Yeah, Big Sean.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Damn my eyelids. It's just like, what? Like, all right.
Now, my number 5, which was my songs "Know What You Did in the Dark," "Light 'Em Up," that is literally a fucking badass song. It is such a fucking killer song. Like, it literally just makes you feel like a badass when you listen to it. Like, it gives you them fucking villain vibes, like that kind of thing. Not to mention, it's kind of the song that brought Fall Out Boy back to the mainstream, because this song was on the Billboard chart for a while. this was a hit song for 2013. I think 2014 even as well. It was just one of their best-selling songs from Save Rock and Roll. Music video is good too, by the way. They're throwing like I guess a whole like these freaking girls are throwing records, vinyl records into the fire. It's all Fall Out Boy merch, I guess. So, yikes.
Guess they were kind of like just hating on them. They're not true fans.
Boo. So, what was your number 10?
My number 10 was Centuries.
Oh, I didn't put this one.
Well, I guess you got a true Fall Out Boy fan. No, I was kidding. I'm kidding.
Centuries is good. It's from Psycho. I told the story already about the hype for this song. I was a part of all the hype and stuff. Just like, you don't even know how it feels. Well, actually, yeah, you do with fucking Crisis of Faith with me. The hype that you get when you know your favorite group or artist is releasing a song or an album. It's just like, oh, it's like the suspense is killing me.
I can't wait for it. Oh my god.
That was really us with Crisis of Faith. Like,
Oh,
we
yeah,
stayed up
like-
till listen
Yeah.
to the whole album from start to finish as soon as it dropped.
Yeah.
I was crying by the end.
It was tears of joy, tears of
Like,
sadness.
there's nothing like that feeling of listening to an album for the first time as soon as it drops from start to finish. Like, there's nothing better. Like, the surprise on your face when you hear a new song that they didn't release before the album. Like, oh, it's like, I hate your heart. It's like, oh, this song is good.
She's fangirling. It's like, like you can't see our faces right now, but after she's talking about Billy Talent and all that stuff, she's probably fangirling right now.
Well, besides Billy Talent, like, same thing with Fall Out Boy. When they were dropping American Beauty, American Psycho, and Mania, I got to experience both of the hype for the albums, not just one, both. And let me tell you, it is a fucking thing. It's like a second Christmas, like, or a second holiday that you're just waiting for it to happen. And like when they were dropping Centuries, they were, like I said, they were throwing teasers. They posted a teaser pic of a X-ray of a fist, and they put the date it was going to be released. I literally came home from school every day, like checking the calendars and like, okay, only 2 more days, or okay, tomorrow's the day. And I finally got home from school on the day it dropped in 2014. It was in September of 2014 because the album dropped in 2015. And I was like, this song is badass. This is like the best song ever. Like, freaking 8th grade me at the time was like fangirling because I just entered 8th grade, I believe, at the time. I think. No, I was still in 7th grade. That's right. I was still in 7th grade. But yeah, like freaking 7th grade me was like fangirling hard. Like, I was so happy. And then the hype just continued with the other albums that dropped. And I'm just like, oh.
Right.
And here I am in 2022 and I'm a fan of like Billy Talent now. And like, I finally got to feel that hype again for an album to drop. Fall Out Boy hasn't released an album since 2018, so I think we're kind of due for something. So let's see. Did you put any other newer songs on your list or on your honorable mentions?
I had put like Novocaine, I put Immortals, but that was from like American Beauty, American Psycho.
Yeah, all those are from American Beauty, American Psycho.
But I didn't put like any like newer stuff. No, like
Okay.
So like if I heard it on the radio, it would probably like one in one ear out the other sort of thing. But I just don't remember. that's on my end though. That's probably my bad about that.
I love Novocaine. I should have put that as my honorable mention too, because for a long time I was obsessed with that song. That was my favorite song on the American Beauty, American Psycho album. That was my favorite song for the longest time. It's just a really badass song. Like, you want to freaking fight somebody. Like, it was just a killer song. I need to go back and listen to it now again. That and Immortals. At first, I didn't like it. I'm going to be honest. It is one of those songs I did not like from the start. I had to listen to it a couple more times to really start to like it. It's one of those kind of songs you need to listen to more than once, in my opinion. Because it was something we hadn't heard from Fall Out Boy yet. At first, I didn't like it. I was like, okay. But I gave it another chance and I listened to it again. I'm like, okay, I can vibe with this. And now I like it. I like that song. It's not one of my favorites, but I do like it.
Right.
By the way, I have to tell you something at the end of this video.
Oh boy.
So, what's up with Jetpack Blues from American Beauty, American Psycho? That song was also another one I was kind of obsessed with when the album dropped. It has a different vibe to it. I like the lyrics. To me, it sounds like it's about a guy missing something with a girl, like missing something about a relationship or something like that. It's just a really good song. And then I had Saturday, which is an older song from Fall Out Boy. Have you heard of Saturday?
No, probably not.
Oh man, you gotta listen to it.
If I had listened to it, probably then I'll be like, oh yes, now I remember.
You gotta take a listen to it. That's old school Fall Out Boy right there. That's like really old school.
Is that from their first album? Album you said?
I think so.
I'll look at it later.
Yeah, that song's really good. That's another one of my favorite classic songs from Fall Out Boy. And favorite record, which is also from American Beauty, American Psycho. That song was also one of my favorites for the longest time. Again, it had a different Fall Out Boy sound to it. It was just a really upbeat song. Like, it just had a really positive, good vibe to it that you could just drive along with it with your windows down on a nice hot summer day. Like, it's just that kind of vibe. It was just kind of like a ride around song. And I like that kind of stuff. Excuse me. So, what am I missing from your list here? Let's talk about some more stuff from your list.
I got The Takeover, The Break's Over.
Ooh, wait, isn't that the episode where they dress up like choice cuts? Like steaks?
Yes.
Yeah, oh my god, it is.
Yeah, because that was the song that I was trying to figure out the last time when we did the Let's Talk about Fall Out Boy.
Jeez, that is old Fall Out Boy right there.
I was trying to, yeah, I know. That was like, I think like the second video that I saw from them.
Oh my god.
And I played that on Guitar Hero on DS too, I believe.
Oh man. Jeez. Yeah, that video is funny as hell too.
Don't pretend.
Gets copyrighted.
Oh, brother.
What do you have that I've probably skipped
over? Sugar, We're Going Down. Dance Dance. This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race.
That's a good one. Okay, the other two you mentioned, those are like classics. Like everybody
knows them, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's one way or another has to know those songs. Yeah, This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race. I like that song too. Yeah. I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah, the first like, I think, doesn't it like start like after Dance Dance is stopped? Like the video wise, like after Dance Dance is done, like it cuts back to the exact same shot after like Pete just like does the silence sort of thing.
You're right. You're right.
And then it just cuts into This Ain't a Scene. I was like, oh man.
You're right. Oh my god, how did I not notice that?
Because like I was just like, I thought about it, like after like I watched like both back to back, and I was like, wait a minute, I was like, I just saw him do the hand movement. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, there was like the tunes were the lyrics were, you know, they were kicking. I mean, Patrick is like, he gets up in those high notes, man. Like, oh my god. Like he's a really talented singer. Like I will give him mad props for that.
Oh yeah, he's got a vocal range that's out of this fucking world.
Yeah, he could just go like all the way up, but then he just brings it back down, and then goes all the way up, brings it back down. I'm like, he's got some range, man.
Oh, for sure. Honest to God.
I mean, that's why he won lead singer of the year.
Yeah, vocalist of the year at the 2016 APAs, which I put at the end of the video on the last video we did. I fucking love
right.
So I have one more song I'd like to mention before we conclude this episode and before we conclude Fall Out Boy Week. Fourth of July, which was my number 8, which I should have moved it up the list a little bit more because I listen to that song a lot. It is my number 1 favorite song on American Beauty, American Psycho. It is so good. I play it every year on the 4th of July. Like, it just gives me that vibe. And it's something we haven't heard from Fall Out Boy yet. It's something new, something really creative. I love it. And a lot of Fall Out Boy fans had always praised 4th of July Up based off of what I've seen on social media in the past when it first came out. It is a fucking banger. You need to listen to it, Dice, if you haven't already. It is a fucking banger.
I bet you, like, I was about to say, if it's called 4th of July, that'd be funny if it just starts playing on 4th of July.
That's what I did. I used to just, even this year, I played it on the 4th of July. Like, I was listening to it, in my, on my headset. So, anyways, so I think that is going to conclude Fall Out Boy Week. Top 10 Fall Out Boy songs. Did our picks make the cut? Like, did your picks make the cut? Let us know what your top 10 would be. Even your honorable mentions. We'd like to hear about that, too. Now, before I announce the next episode, apologize for the comments I made about Billy Talent 3. I took the time to listen to Billy Talent 3, and I absolutely love it. It is a good album.
I knew you would.
Again, though, I'm not going to move it on the spectrum on, like, ranking from best. It's not the worst. It's definitely not a bad album.
It's like a middle of the road sort of thing.
Obviously, it's going to be at the end of the spectrum. Billy Talent 3 is going to be at the end of my list. You know, it's not, like, it's on the lower end of the spectrum, but it's not, like, the worst album I've ever heard. I do like it. I heard some songs, Pocket Full of Dreams, that is, like, really catchy. So, like, I heard White Sparrows. I heard The Dead Can't Testify and A Definition of Destiny or something like that. I heard that as well. I love those songs. I downloaded them immediately after I listened to them for like a couple more times. I feel so bad I didn't get Billy Talent the albums in the first place. So I'm going to apologize to all my Billy Talent fans out there who 3 is a banger album and that I am just a asshole. I feel horrible. It is a really good album, I have to admit.
Don't feel horrible. I mean, not a lot of people, like including myself, like I hadn't listened to Billy Talent 3 before, and then I listened to it like the whole way through, and I was like, just give it a chance, and you're like, well, maybe not, and stuff like that. But then when you said like that just now, I'm like, okay, like, you know, she gave it a chance, and she liked it. So it's like, it's not gonna change like what her like perception of it is, but it's like, I mean, you know, it's like I had put it like way low on the list too. Like when we did
I can't move it now though. Like all my albums that are ranked on that chart, I cannot change them. Like I love how it is right now. Like, but the problem is though, the only thing that's changed, I'm tied for first place. Billy Talent 1 and Billy Talent 2 are like my top 2 favorites right there. Like I can't pick a winner. They're both good. But yeah, I apologize again for fucking talking shit about Billy Talent 3 because it is a fucking banger album and I kind of want to get it now. So
don't post any negative comments in the comments section.
It has a darker vibe to it, and Ben's voice just sounds different. Like it has a really dark vibe to it. A lot of the songs talk about really dark topics, like White Sparrows talks about losing someone, like death. And what was I gonna say? Diamond on a Landmine also talks about like being addicted to an abusive relationship, like that kind of thing. Yeah, really kind of, it's like I always say this, every artist or band has their dark album, and I think Billy Talent 3 was their dark album. A lot of serious topics were brought up in this album. But yeah, definitely go give it a listen. I recommend it to anybody. It's a really good album, and I apologize for not giving it a chance sooner. I should have listened to it way sooner.
Well, they're better late than never.
True. All right, so without further ado, it's time to announce this week's episode for Thursday. This Thursday, we're bringing back Debate Hour.
The Debate Hour.
This is a triple threat. We are doing a triple threat debate hour between the three faces of Mick Foley. Yes, you heard us. The three faces of Mick Foley. Mankind, Dude Love, and Cactus Jack go head to head to head. And we're going to talk about them. And we're going to pick out which of these faces we prefer the other two.
This is going to be a tricky one.
This is going to be very tricky.
Because I love all three for very different reasons. And I think I kind of know two of them rather than the third one that I'm talking about. Like, I kind of know more about Mankind and Cactus Jack than Dude Love. And I mean, it's just gonna be, like, we can't just be like, okay, well, we're gonna go over pros and cons of like what he did for the business and all that stuff and stuff like that too. So it's like, it's gonna be very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Interesting indeed. So if you guys are fans of Mick Foley and would like to see these three faces go head to head, be sure to catch us this Thursday on the Reckless Paradise podcast, where we will be discussing all things Foley. Mrs. Foley's baby boy. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this episode and stuck around to the very end, we greatly appreciate your support, as per usual. Be sure to follow us on our social medias by clicking the link in the description below, which will take you to our link tree, which has everything there for you, including our TikTok page, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, you name it. So be sure to go follow us on our social medias. And be sure to go watch the I Don't Care Fall Out Boy music video. It is a classic. You guys will love it. And that's it. Thank you guys for listening to tonight's episode, and we will catch you guys this Thursday. Peace.
Peace.